people, let's dial up some StarCraft. Oh my god, it never fails. Why is it that the player not named Scarlett is always in the red? It's like the computer does this on purpose. Just once, I'd like Scarlett to actually be the red player. The good news though is we're going to have ourselves a PvZ and we're going to do it on Jagannatha. I recently bought a timeshare on this planet and I can tell you the weather is balmy. And the 4 acceleration zones are quite nice when you're trying to get yourself a pizza. Something cool about this map though that I did not know. You can actually get vision of the Overlord perching point by putting a guy in the closest corner of your main. That's pretty cool. And our Zerg player is going to go hatch first. Our Protoss player used to be floppy, but then he became hard. And you always have to insert him because he is DisK! DisK with a K is the proper American spelling. DisK with the C is the King's English. We got your grammar tips right here, people. Alexander Corriveau is a French-Canadian Protoss player with Root Gaming. Yes, it's going to be an all-Canadian matchup today. Igloos with bacon, maybe with a little maple syrup. DisK's gateway is going to finish up, and it looks like he's queuing up the minerals to go Nexus first. He does. That core will follow, as will the intro of the player we all know and love. The world record holder as the highest earning female professional gamer. In Gone with the Wind, Rhett Butler tells her, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn because she is Scarlett." It's a classic, people. Fun fact, that famous line was almost censored. At one time, the script said, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a whoop." It's a standard opening for Scarlett, no hatch block. The geyser of eggplant erupts, and we see it's going to be 2 queens and 4 lings. And Overlord's going to observe the core completion for Protoss. You can see how that pillar is just a little bit closer to the high ground of the main than other maps. Looks like we've got a chrono boosted adept and warp gates. Scarlett starts up ling speed, and the tech choice is going to be a Stargate. DisK is going to try to hide it by tucking it in the back of his main. The scouting probe is stuck around, hoping to see the timing on that third, but now the lings are going to pick it up. There's some first blood potential here. A probe has a speed of 3.94. A slow ling off of creep is 4.13, just fractionally faster. Oh, but an adept doesn't care because she's got a really big gun. The probe was down to its last 10 health, but it was saved. Scarlett splits her lings to try to keep them alive. The shade is going to be on them. DisK is going to get a 2-shot, and that's going to be our first blood. It's that bonus damage the adept has against the light type. The lings do not care for it. There is a gory splat on the pavement. Cleanup in aisle 5 is required. Shade is going for the main. It's going to find some space. It completes. I'm wondering if Scarlett baited that adept inside so she could kill it. The adept is going to pick up a ton of damage before its next shade. 2 lings are coming to help. Speed is just about done. No drone kills, but the adept will escape. And that's a pretty complete scout as well. All that's left is a check at the third, and that can be attended to. Meanwhile, Protoss has finished its first oracle. It's already out on the map, and a phoenix is going to be made behind it. Scarlett is starting a single spore, a spore of suspicion. There's that phoenix. I'm so used to seeing void rays now. A second gateway completes the wall, and a stalker's going to act as the door guard. DisK is going to look to see if he can get something done with a single oracle. Zerg has the edge on minerals, Protoss on gas. Oh, DisK is adding a second Stargate, people. He's definitely got something planned, and he's not coming by sea or land. Oh, nice creep tumor snipe for DisK. That can be so important because Scarlett is known for her creep spread. She is one of the very best in the business. Pulsar beams are active. 1 drone kill. Make it 2. A nice pickup if that oracle gets away. Scarlett wants to see if she can trap it. The oracle is down to 22 hit points. He needs to get out of there now. Oh, I think he's going to make it. Rest easy, people. No oracles were killed in the making of this movie. Scarlett starts up a roach warren. That is not going to help her if this is an air invasion. Lings are poking around the Protoss base. They want to try to delay that third. They snipe a probe, but the Nexus will get started. If the last thing I ever do before I die is warp in an entire Nexus, I'll feel pretty good about my life. I think I could die with that. Unlike this poor overlord who's left. What does it all mean? Did I mean nothing but 8 supply? Oh, Zerglings burst forth as the hive tech is halfway done. Scarlett's begun +1 in her single Evo chamber. She's making 7 overlords at a time. I will never be supply blocked again. DisK is gonna add in a robo, but he hasn't stopped making Phoenix. Scarlett is going to need anti-air. The Lings are gonna make a play for the 3rd, but that pylon nook is well stocked. The Lings will have to satisfy themselves by snacking on a poor probe trying to transfer between bases. Talk about your map control. DisK's money is all being dumped into Phoenixes, so the Zerglings have free reign of the outside of his base. If the ground units step out with their low numbers, the Zerglings are going to have a field day. But the flip side is that DisK now has a deadly air attack. Looks like he's ready to spring it. We'll see what kind of value he can get for his investment. He's making a Twilight and a Forge behind this, so he's not going all in. But he's not done making Phoenix either. That is a sizable amount of lift energy slipping into the main. Scarlett's gonna add an additional Spore now. He's making 7 more Roaches. They're not gonna help with the defense. Unless you agree with the old, the best defense is a good offense technique. The Phoenix are gonna kill a Queen. That's big for them. If Scarlett runs out of anti-air, they will rule supreme. Oh, the Phoenix just missed a chance to shut down Scarlett's 4th. That could have been big. There's an Immortal on the way and +1 attack. DisK definitely has plans for a follow-up ground assault. Scarlett has begun making Hydras. You gotta agree with that. Anti-air that she can use later. That's gonna actually put a mini clock on DisK. He's gonna have to incorporate some kind of splash damage. Otherwise, with her superior economy, Scarlett is just gonna kill him. DisK knows those Roaches have to be coming for his 3rd. He's trying to beef up his defense in a hurry. He plants a stasis ward. Oh, and his Stalker baits the Lings in. They hit! A gazillion Lings are frozen in time, and DisK easily overpowers the remaining ones. But then the Roaches show up. I don't think she even needs the Roaches for this attack to work. The Roaches are +1. They can handle these Zealots. Meanwhile, the Phoenix have supply capped Scarlett again. I didn't think that was going to be possible. Oh boy, the Lings are about to unfreeze. Oh, battery overcharge. That is the one thing that can keep DisK alive here. Scarlett sees the Emerald Maelstrom and she pulls away from it. Better to let it time out than to try to cut through it. But the Immortal is here. DisK is gonna hold. But Scarlett did force the Phoenix to return. That has a lot of value in itself. Oh, look at that poor trapped Roach. That was just mean. Was he actually gonna get away? Live, brother, live! No, DisK sees it. That was like a cat torturing a mouse. He lets it escape just so he can kill it. It's sadistic Starcraft. It's not enough to defeat your opponent. Make them cry. Oh, here we go. +2 range attack and Hydra speed. On the way for Scarlett. DisK has the Gateway Explosion. He's adding 6 more to get up to 8. And he started Extended Thermal Lance to go with the Colossus he's making. Scarlett's gonna wrap up her Infestation Pit. She's gonna be able to unlock Hive Tech. The Phoenix are back on attack. But the world is a much less safer place than it was the last time the Phoenix came by. Still, he needs to do what he can. Scarlett's at 75 drones. There's 2 spores at that main, and Scarlett's adding even more. I like this. People are always afraid of overmaking spores, and you can definitely do that, but they've got a lot of value late game. The spore forest is really important against Protoss. Oh, look at that. It's a Lurker Den on the way for Scarlett. People forget that you can start your Lurker Den even if you don't have Hive Tech. Hive Tech is a prerequisite for the upgrades for the Lurker Den, but not the Lurker Den itself. For that, all you need is a Hydra Den. Did you know if you say Hydra Den fast enough, it sounds like hydrogen? Hello, Zerglings. Look who's got Colossi now. And that's going to help DisK take a 4th. Scarlett's creep has officially reached the center of the map. 10 more Hydras on the way. DisK is starting to fall behind in supply. Scarlett's at 87 drones. I think we're about to see the full power of the swarm. DisK is going to add 2 more gates to go to 10, but also a battle duck. Storm is so useful against Hydras. Blizzard specifically patched the Hydra so it would go splat from a well-placed storm. Well, they lowered its health anyway. Oh, DisK is adding disruptors. If you want a chance at outranging those Lurkers, that's what you need. But I really think people don't appreciate how much micro those things require. Scarlett's making Vipers. That's like the final step before she maxes out. The Lurkers are hatching and she's adding seismic spines to give them that full range. Talons that rip 10 squares long. That's one more than that Colossus has with its extended thermal lance. You can totally see the range envy on his face. Scarlett also starts +3 ranged attack. She remains ahead on attack upgrades. And now she starts freeing up supply by converting excess drones into spine crawlers. That gives you that added protection against those zealot warpins. It's just a well-known fact that in the late game, every Protoss player is possessed by the spirit of need and compelled to run zealots into the Zerg base. It's a well-documented phenomenon. Harvard did a study, they called it Neebilism. DisK has an observer in his death ball. He's gonna try to clean up some creep. Scarlett says, why don't you come on over here so we can discuss it? But DisK is not feeling talkative. He's gonna get out of there. And speaking of Neebilism, look who's stashing a warp prism on the right side of the map. Oh, Scarlett pulls the trigger. She's just gonna chase him down. I thought she was gonna wait for Adaptive Talons to finish, but no. I'm trying to keep one eye on that warp prism, but since I talked it up, you just know it's not gonna do anything now. A quick trip back to the shield batteries is gonna freshen up that death ball. Nobody likes a stale Protoss death ball. There it is. DisK bails me out. 9 zealots. Oh, they don't have the leg upgrade. That's the problem. That's just starting up now. But if Scarlett's gonna make a hatch right in front of DisK's face, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, a nice revelation hit. That one reveals all the lurkers. Oh, Scarlett gets the cancel. Fantastic reflex. DisK with the zealot drop on the main. He's gonna warp in 5 more to support the attack. Scarlett is functionally maxed out at this point, and she's building quite the mineral bank. Almost 4,000, but she is gonna lose her lurker den here. The cavalry is late. That's a nice little piece of tech to shut down. And the zealots have drawn enough attention to force Scarlett's army all the way back. That's gonna give DisK a chance to try to catch up on supply. Though you might say he's using the opportunity to tech. He's adding Storm and a Dark Shrine. And Gravitic Boosters, aka Observer Speed. A less common upgrade that we're seeing more and more of used to battle lurkers. It's kinda hard to spot those lurkers when you're driving at the speed of a Nissan Sentra. So, you know how it's public knowledge that Scarlett really hates Protoss and she considers it her weakest matchup? Statistically, it doesn't appear that that's the case anymore. It's actually tied for her best matchup. Whoa, 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 Scarlett's making a double spire at the worst time possible. Those zealots are gonna shred it. Oh, she saw it and got the cancel. What I was trying to say before I was so rudely... Whoa, big clash. Scarlett abducts both the Colossi. DisK gets revenge with the Purification Blast. They both took a beating on that one, but it's Scarlett who enjoys the bigger army. Let me try this one more time. What I'm trying to say is that either Scarlett has solved her Protoss problem, or she's developed a new one with Terran. Or maybe both. Because it looks to me like she's performing a lot better against Protoss than she is against Terran right now. Oh, I love it that Probe's gonna deal with his creep problem by building his own cannon. Everybody else is too busy to help him. And in the meantime, DisK is gonna make his 5th at the forward left location. That's a tough hold against a max Zerg army. Scarlett's remaking that double spire. There's the new Lurker Den as well. This is our secret location for remade buildings. Zerg Tech 2.0. Oh, and here comes the crackling upgrade. Kinda perfect for the player with 5,000 minerals in the bank. DisK is trying for a carrier switch. He's got his fleet beacon and he's working on +1 air attack. They're very good against lurkers, but not so much against the Hydras. The key will be for Scarlett how she balances the two. Oh, that balmy weather I mentioned at the beginning of the cast no longer applies. The weather has definitely turned inclement. The problem is Scarlett's just got so much money now, she doesn't have to worry very much about efficiency. Anything remotely close to an even trade is A-OK for her. The Hydras have position over DisK's new base. This is gonna hurt. The only silver lining is he does have a robust probe count. It's our first laser light show, and I'm starting to feel like there's gonna be more to come. DisK tries to get value for his lost base by launching a very effective counterattack. But at the end of the day, he's still on the run, unless these carriers can somehow take Scarlett out of her rhythm. I'm having trouble seeing how DisK gets out of this. Scarlett totally has the bank to do an air switch anytime she needs to. Scarlett once again pulls back when she sees the Emerald Maelstrom. Oh, I might be wrong about that. I am. She's not gonna wait out the battery overcharge. She's just gonna kill him now. Here come DisK carriers. We've seen this before. Scarlett prefers to kill interceptors over the actual carriers themselves. DisK knows he has to hold here. Oh, there's an abduct on the disruptor. DisK is pounding away. Could he actually survive this? Scarlett's at the lowest supply she's had in a long time. A lone carrier is separated from the herd, and the wolves kill it dead. DisK is pulling back. He's trying to mass up here. And now it's go, go, go time. He's doing it. He's forcing the Zerg back. Scarlett's forced to dip into her massive bank. She has a mere 6,700 left. She's adding a couple corruptors for the first time, but primarily 15 more Hydra. Oh, DisK really wanted that 5th base in the bottom right. He's just gonna have to sack that. He can't get an army over there in time. You know your army's slow when you're getting outmaneuvered by Hydras. Carriers can be used to defend, but it's not really what they excel at. There's no units at the 3rd either. That could be the next vulnerable location. Other races have to deal with their supply problems by killing units. The Zerg is so much more eloquent. They just start growing deadly plants. 4 spines and 1 spore. Oh man, I wish it was the other way around. I could have made a great Abraham Lincoln joke. 4 spores and 1 spine crawler ago, our Zerg overlords. That would have been awesome. Oh, the corruptors are here. Oh, terrific storms. Scarlett was hoping to bait out the carriers into her corruptors. DisK finds another way. He busts out the Templar. Scarlett responds by looking to shut down his Nexus. DisK can't turtle anymore. He's got to come out. He does, and we have our clash. The Hydras are largely defeated, but the corruptors are out now. The Archons are anchoring DisK's army. Scarlett's gonna ignore them and go for carrier kills. Nope. She pulls back and remakes 23 Hydras and 11 corruptors. But it's GG! DisK does not want to see that. Okay, the second half of that game was not exactly close. But I really like the Phoenix build. If the Zerg doesn't react to it in time, it can do so much damage. Though the killing blow usually comes with the transition. If I can, I want to try to show you something kind of fun. I was collecting footage for the post-game, and I came across this remarkable sight that I managed to catch in a screenshot. Check out this spine crawler range. A spine crawler in Scarlett's 5th base is attacking a target in the main. Not really, it's a glitch of some kind. But dude, that is crazy. No wonder the Zealots are trying to focus it down. They recognize that the Spine Crawler of Doom is the most deadly thing in the game of StarCraft. You could just make a dozen of those in the center of the map and just win. So the next time somebody's balance whining about the Zerg, you just tell them, hey, Blizzard took out the Spine Crawler of Doom. Anywho, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we're going to have a really good game coming out Sunday. So please stay tuned for that.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Thank you, Kerrigan. You're so incredibly supportive. Anywho, from my base to yours, Zugzwang out. To continue your StarCraft journey, Nova advises you to click the video in the upper rectangle. But Kerrigan warns you to watch your 6 and click the video in the bottom rectangle. Or you can stimpack your StarCraft experience. Subscribe to Zugzwang StarCraft. Just hit the circle. From my base to yours, Zugzwang out.